Being a spy, you're not surprised when the wall slides up just enough for you to push through. You smile as the stone clicks back into place behind you, and you bravely march into the unknown, smelling jasmine and other flowers that go stronger and more potent with each step. The scents mix together almost like a perfume. The ground slopes upwards, and eventually you see a bright room ahead. It looks like a cosmetic shop. You approach slowly. The gleaming countertops are laden with small, brightly colored shapes. They're piled orderly and carefully, little pyramids and perfect spheres the size of your fist, miniature pumpkins and hearts that look like they're made of lotion that's been melted and cooled. You reach for a pile of bright blue circles, touching one. The sphere is pressed powder, the pigment coming off on your fingers and leaving behind a shimmering pearl glitter. You squint at it, noting the pigment is so finely milled it's as if your skin glows from within. You hold it up to your face and inhale, savoring. It smells like the ocean. There's fresh salt and the bright sea, and just a hint of mint, refreshing and beautiful. You wonder what it's for. Moving to the next counter, you see bars of lotion shaped like hearts. They're bright pink with flecks of gold. When you reach out to touch one, the consistency is almost like butter, soft and melty. It disappears into your skin, leaving the pads of your fingers feeling soft and smooth to the touch. You move around, examining and smelling like a curious child in a candy store. There are waxes that look like they're made to be melted into liquid and rubbed on skin, pressed powder shaped into cats with curling tails. The scents are intoxicating. It's a parade of lavender, sage, sandalwood, something that smells like cherry pie, and all of it swirled with silver, shimmering pigments. A pool of water at the end of the room catches your attention. You realize these concoctions are for bathing. The water is colored a rich teal and deep enough to reach your shoulders. Taking a yellow sphere that smells like lemons and daffodils, you drop it in. It spins like a water wheel, fizzing and releasing a more potent, deeper scent. It's like sunshine in the water, releasing a trail of glitter as it spins under its own power. The yellow ball gently trailing through the water, carving a lemon-scented path for itself and leaving only gold in its wake. These must be for the ruler of the castle, and your mouth grows dry for just a moment. Swallowing, you move through the bathroom and into another long hallway. You don't see castle stones on the walls, however. It looks like a cave, the walls carved from stone and warm to the touch. The air grows humid as you creep closer to the opening at the end of the hall. Tiny whirls of steam twist and dance off the ground, beckoning you. You reach the end, and there's a hot spring the size of a bedroom. There's no other exits, and you spin in place, making sure. The feeling of the steam on your skin is luxurious. The water is clear, and you can see there's a cave underwater, leading to depths unknown. Shedding your invisible clothes, you dip a toe in. The water ripples around you as you step inside. As you move, the gentle ache in your legs is soothed. It's the perfect temperature. You can't tell where the water ends and your skin begins. You kick your legs out and float on your back, listening to the sound of the water lapping against the edges of the cave, echoing off the walls and casting beams of shifting light upwards, dancing across the cave ceiling. You breathe, savoring the way the water cushions you, offering no resistance against the expansion of your lungs as you take long, deep breaths. You realize you'll stay here all night if you fall asleep, and begin swimming towards the underwater cave entrance you saw. It's only a few feet below you, and oh so mysterious. You hold your breath and dive, kicking your legs to propel you into the secret tunnel. It's dark, and you let out a breath with a release of bubbles as you swim forward. There's a glimmer of torchlight ahead, and when you break the surface of the water, you gasp for air. You're in another room, but the water is much shallower. You get up, enjoying the way the water drips off you in the humidity, and you dry slowly without feeling a chill. There's a heavy red curtain near a stack of plush towels, and you pull it back to reveal a set of stairs with ornate gold railings. There's a box of soft plush robes beside you, and you pull one on, enjoying the luxurious fabric against your skin. A glance in a mirror shows that you're thankfully still invisible. You walk up the stairs, curious about what you'll find next. It's a closet. A huge, deep closet filled with dress forms, cloaks, and capes. There's a small treasury at the back where golden crowns wink at you from atop their plush red pillows. You see heavy, masculine ones, tiny diadems, crowns with sapphires and rubies, emeralds and opals. You marvel at them as you walk forward, wanting to see the bedroom that lies beyond the open closet door. It's a royal bedroom the size of a house. There's an enormous plush blue bed in the far corner. The hearth is a work of art. Beautiful marble carvings are part of the mantel, depicting crowns and feathers and sheaves of wheat blowing in the wind. The fire within crackles merrily, in close proximity to a beautiful writing desk, with no papers upon it. You frown. You'll have to look for documentation to read and spy upon. Personal correspondence from the ruler of the castle would tell you everything. But the solid wood drawers are heavy. Opening them could be very loud. all that resides on the surface of the desk are 3 inkwells filled with jewel-toned ink, and a set of beautiful peacock quills and a gold fountain pen set. You rummage quietly, then your hands freeze as you hear footsteps approach. You move to the end of the room, waiting as the bedroom door is thrown open. And the ruler walks into their bedroom, a satisfied expression on their face. They look smaller without a throne underneath them. They shrug off their cape and remove their crown with an ease in their movements. You drink in the sight of them, relaxed and happy, and it soothes something deep inside of you. They walk over to the desk, holding up a pen to the light, and you forget how to breathe. The shape of their nose is illuminated against the gentle glow of the fire, and you know you're gaping at them, open-mouthed and awestruck. You savor the sight. The ruler mills about their bedrooms, preparing for bed. You watch slack-jawed, filled with quiet wonder. They pick up a set of silk sleeping clothes from the bed, and you nearly shout for them not to get changed. Instead, you turn around and prowl back to the closet, trying to ignore the sounds of clothing hitting the floor. You walk all the way to the back of the closet, nearly pressing your nose to the wall while you try to cool the heat in your cheeks. The sound of clothing fades and then stops, and you wait several more minutes for good measure. Walking out of the closet, you see them standing before the fire, swirling a glass of wine in their hands, dressed in their sleep clothes. They look contemplative, like there's something weighing on them, and you wish you could help. Power can be isolating, you realize. They sip their wine and you watch, wanting to watch forever. But when they move towards the bed, you leave, tempted but unable to make yourself watch while they sleep. You've violated their privacy enough as it is. When you brush past the curtains that lead to the tunnel that brought you here, the ruler speaks. Going so soon, spy? A chill runs down your spine, pooling in your gut. You check your hands, your feet. You see nothing save the floors and the walls. You're invisible, undetectable. I'm afraid your chemist worked for us once upon a time. Oh, you've had a detection potion for years. Why did you leave when I changed? Why did you not strike? Your mouth goes dry, and it is with a chilling, abject terror you realize that they can see your gaping face when you turn around and stare. I am no assassin, you say. Your shoulders straighten. We saw your troops massing at the border and wanted to know if we should prepare for war. It was a memorial service, the ruler says, and your mind goes back to the war room, to the curious lack of figures on the map. I can show you the invitation. We lost many when that border was formed years ago. You blink, processing. It appears we were too paranoid, you say after a beat of silence. For a long moment you hear only the crackle of the fire and the swish of wine in their glass. Your actions speak well of your kingdom, the ruler says. I saw only a respectful observer, someone curious but not ill-intentioned. You didn't even watch me undress. And there's a ghost of a smirk on their face. A soft conversation ensues. You tell them how you didn't want to invade their privacy, and how their castle is nothing like you expected. The ruler laughs and pours you a glass of wine, which you accept. It's fruity and sweet on your tongue. And you realize after the first sip you can see yourself for the first time in days. You marvel at the skin on your hand, the machine that is your body, now visible and somehow more real than it was a moment ago. The ruler, the object of your affection, shrugs. That's the antidote, they explain. The two of you talk, at first about war, logistics, other rulers, and then you talk about their castle and the way their voice carried when they held court. And you drink more wine and creep closer to each other as you sit on the rug in front of the beautiful carved hearth. I'm glad you came, the ruler says softly. Your breath hitches when they brush their fingers against the back of your hand. Feeling bold and warm, you intertwine their fingers with your own. As am I, you whisper back. The two of you hold hands long into the night, staring deeply into each other's eyes and sharing secrets about yourselves. You're not sure what the morning holds, but you feel seen and understood. Intimate acknowledgement wraps around you like a blanket, as real as the whispers in your ears, the warmth of the fire on your cheeks, and the hand holding your own. The evening is the happiest and most peaceful you can recall since your childhood, and the memory of it will stay with you always. Later, when you drift off to sleep with them in front of the fire, you take deep, measured breaths. A deep inhale in through your nose and a long, slow exhale. The conversations and revelations you had replay in your mind. You look at your hand in front of you, and the return to visibility makes you appreciate the sight. This body and breath you have, keeping you warm and safe so you can enjoy evenings holding hands by firelight. Your last thoughts are of appreciation and warmth before sleep finally claims you. Your rest is earned. In the days that follow, you bridge the gap between the two kingdoms and completely avert a war that was brewing. The ruler and you spend your evenings together, and the possibility of you leaving is never discussed. Their castle becomes your home, and the two of you live a long and happy life together. The end. Thank you for listening to my story. It's near and dear to my heart, as is everything I write for you. Time is a finite resource, and it means so much that you would share what you have with me. I hope it's worth it. I hope I was able to help you sleep. But if you're listening to this, then I failed. I'll link 2 videos after this one that might help. But I wish you good rest and good sleep when it finally comes for you. Be well.